Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here and participating in this mock training session for the purposes of my class. I truly appreciate your time. I want to establish one major ground rule before you begin, of just following the proper school protocol of raising your hand if you have something to say or contribute to the discussion we are partaking in at any time during this mock training session. This mock training session will be, for all intents and purposes, more interactive than most others you have probably experienced. There's a reason for that, however. I want to make sure that you guys acquire the most knowledge and insight that you possibly can from participating in this training. Interaction is one way to facilitate that, as I have researched from Johnson, 2020. He states the following: moving from text-based to visual-based learning can substantially increase learner retention and the ability to transfer skills more readily. Addressing the needs of 21st century learners such as millennials and Generation Z students, which are both demographics that we fit into, could have strong implications in terms of recruiting and engaging learners in ways that they want to learn. After this training session is concluded, I will give each of you a feedback mechanism survey to fill out regarding my own performance as a trainer, as well as a multiple choice exit slip to check your understanding. This survey will primarily possess qualitative components, as Baxter and Bobby, 2003, state that to lack qualitative components would be to not study individuals or other social phenomena, and I definitely want to keep that in mind.
I don't understand the purpose of this training. We're all just here because you told us to be, not because you're saying anything important.
Okay. I have just explained the importance and efficacy of this training. We are all here to acquire the skill of emotional intelligence so that we will be able to become more efficient RAs for GCU. This is very valuable time to be spending and learning from. Now, let us try to get back to the task at hand, please, and thank you. So, I want to begin this training by posing the following question to each of you. Have you ever been in a situation where the person you were speaking to did not possess much emotional intelligence, colloquially referred to as EI? In other words, did not feel the way you had hoped them to when speaking about something, and conveyed to you that they were a difficult person to work with? Any particular examples that you would like to share?
So I've had a few old bosses where I feel like that sort of fit the bill a little bit. But just, I can't really describe completely like the situations. Except, yeah, it seemed like they were maybe more interested in
their own agenda. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so another question is, what comes to mind when you think of the terms emotional intelligence and a competent interpersonal communicator?
I think emotional intelligence is a way to regulate your emotions, basically. Understanding how to control your emotions or use the right emotion in specific settings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that. Anyone else?
Sometimes like listening seems like a big part of emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm. It very much is. Because if you don't listen, then you're not going to be able to empathize with other people and understand where they are coming from. As a prospective RA at GCU, it is absolutely pivotal that you possess a high degree of emotional intelligence because you'll be largely dealing with students' problems. Hence why we are conducting this training on EI. Emotional intelligence, according to Dolman, 1995, can be identified as a measure of a leader's self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. When dealing with difficult people, Lubit, 2004, also points out that EA is better than a formulaic, step-by-step cookbook approach in that it entails being able to understand why people are behaving in problematic ways, knowing how to work productively with such people, and having enough control of your own feelings and behavior. Being skillful in dealing with difficult people in this regard would be absolutely crucial to help keep students at an optimal level of mental health, as well as not within the threshold of wanting to hurt or kill themselves. So, I am going to have you pair up into small groups of 2. Each of you will take turns in role-playing and simulating an interaction between an RA and a student regarding the student's mental health for up to 2 minutes. To help you out with the process of role-playing, I have taken the liberty of curating 7 potential prompts here via this random name generator for you to choose from. Who would like to go first?
I'll go.
Dana, I'll do it with you. Oh, Carmela, no, go ahead. You
Oh,
do
it
it.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
I can go too. With Carmel.
Okay. So you are doing prompt 2, and here's the situation for prompt 2. A student who received a bad grade on an exam and is now experiencing low self-esteem. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Would you like to be the student or the RA, Sierra?
I guess I'll be the student.
Okay, I'll be the RA.
Okay.
I have to think of what I'm gonna say. Let me think.
Okay. I feel really sad because I got a bad grade on my test and I just feel like I'm not good enough and like I shouldn't be in college. Do you have any advice for me?
Well, Sierra, I'm really sorry that you got a bad grade on your test, but one thing I think to remember is that that grade does not determine your success for your life or for what's going to happen to you in your future here in college. And I think there's so many options here at GCU for tutoring or to get help or to reach out to anybody. So would you like me to go with you to the tutoring center and we can maybe find someone who can help you out with that subject you're struggling with?
I would love that. I think that would help a
Awesome.
lot.
Great, let's go.
Okay, thank you.
So, I mean, yeah, that was really constructive. And Carmela, I really enjoyed how you were able to show empathy with her regarding the situation, as well as able to redirect her to thinking that, you know, this one exam like isn't her entire worth, you know, as a person or worth as a college student. So overall, very good job. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I could be with you, Mom, if you want.
And okay.
Like,
Okay, so you have prompt 6. And prompt 6 is a student who is experiencing a dire roommate conflict related to their sleep schedules. So,
Oh gosh. Oh.
oh, Dr. Mason, I am really struggling because I'm trying so hard to get my rest at night because I'm one of those people that really needs 7 or 8 hours of sleep. And my roommate's just like all about the party, and I'm just exhausted in the morning when I get up to go to my class. Love to get another roommate.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, your roommate situation isn't working out. Particularly with your different schedules. It sounds like your one roommate is up all night and you just want to get to sleep and you want to have an early to bed, early to rise. So maybe you could talk to your residence hall associate to see if you could maybe switch roommates. The other option, on your end too, there's some solutions. There's some there's earplugs. There's also white noise generators that could possibly eliminate some of that excess noise from the roommate. So in that regard, you could also possibly take some steps of your own. How do you feel? Like, what do you feel would work best for you?
Maybe I'll try to find some sleep aid besides the earplugs. Maybe some melatonin.
There's some research to suggest that melatonin might be effective, but it's not quite there yet. So, and the other,
Don't want to have conflict with my roommate. I just like to just go along with the program. So just kind of not wanting to go there.
yeah, that makes sense.
So
yeah,
tough.
especially someone you're living with. Yeah.
So that was very good. I really like how knowledgeable you were, Gina, about everything, and that you kind of have personal experience with this. So, I mean, that makes it a little bit easier to know what to say and how. I thought you guys gave a lot of good feedback amongst each other. So one more role play. So who would like to go next?
I can go. I haven't gone yet.
And the treachery of having 5 people is that one person would have to do it twice. But okay, so this is prompt 3, and prompt 3 is a student who was teased for his or her religion. So kind of getting into, more touchy territory. Like, who would like to be the parent?
I'll volunteer.
I'll be the student.
Okay.
Well, before I came here to school, I grew up in a very religious family. And when I got here, like a lot of the other students, don't believe in religion, and they call me dumb for, wanting to go to church on Sunday. And it's really hard for me to make friends because religion's really important to me.
Well, Dave, I'm so sorry you're experiencing that, because college, the whole idea of college is that all different perspectives come together and are accepted. So the fact that, I think maybe if they get to know you as a person, if they're only looking at you as a one-dimensional person who's religious, they're only, they're being judgmental and not really getting to know you as a person. So my suggestion would just be to let them get to know you as a person. And that's something systemic throughout college. So I think that's just something that needs to be addressed. You know, we have to practice what we preach. So hopefully on a grander scale, we can address those issues, you know, throughout the university. So let me know, check.
Thanks, that's helpful.
My pleasure.
So that was really great. And I really like how, again, you were able to say that, you know, we're more than our religion, and our religion is just one facet of us. And a sentiment that we expressed in Christian worldview was that, you know, even if you weren't Christian, I mean, GCU wouldn't necessarily shun you for that, even though it is a Christian university, and we prefer that there to be more Christian students, you know. Like all religions are accepted, you know, and we have multiple religions within the university, though a Christian majority. So, very important to mention. Okay, your role play sessions were quite interesting, and it was fun to be able to dissect them through my own personal lens. Did you all enjoy these sessions? So now you know a little bit more about emotional intelligence and how to implement it in your discourse and experience as fictitious RAs. In this session, we have covered a brief, cohesive definition of what emotional intelligence means and carried out concrete scenarios of instances where you would need to utilize emotional intelligence in order to benefit the students with mental health problems. I would declare this training session a success. Now, I will share my exit slip and doodle form with you all to fill out and evaluate my performance as a trainer. It's right here, and I can also send it to you through email, of course. You can be honest, I will not care. But again, I really appreciate your time, and I hope you have learned some valuable information about the concept of emotional intelligence. Thanks again, and have a great day.